What if I told you that some of the most fascinating treasures on Antiques Roadshow were deemed too mysterious to appraise? Join us as we uncover the stories behind three incredible items that left experts scratching their heads. From a haunting painting with a hidden past to a peculiar artifact shrouded in legend, you won't believe what we discovered. Stay tuned to find out why these items were left in the shadows and what secrets they might hold. You know that feeling when you're watching a show and something unexpected happens? Like when you're watching a beloved program like Antiques Roadshow, and the experts, who are usually so good at what they do, have to make a tough call. It's rare, but it happens. The show's appraisers almost always give a value for an item, but on a few unforgettable occasions, they have had to refuse. The reasons are always profound, whether it's because an item's history is incredibly tragic, its origins are a total mystery, or the emotions tied to it are just too much. These are the moments that stick with you. The ones that remind you that some things are more important than a dollar amount. Let's take a look at a few of these powerful stories. A difficult history. Imagine bringing an item to the Antiques Roadshow that you think is just a unique find, only to discover it has a dark and painful past. That's exactly what happened to one guest who brought in a beautiful ivory bracelet she bought at a house sale for just a few dollars. As soon as expert Ronnie Archer Morgan saw it, he knew he had to be direct. He made it clear that he and the show strongly opposed the ivory trade. But he wasn't just talking about the bracelet's material, he was talking about what it represented. This ivory bangle here is not about trading in ivory, it's about trading in human life, he explained, his voice full of gravity. The bracelet wasn't just an object, it was a link to a terrible chapter of history, the transatlantic slave trade of the 17th and 18th centuries. Ronnie explained that the bracelet was likely a slave bangle that was worn by those forced into captivity, its weight a constant reminder of their oppression. He called the item amazing in its construction and craftsmanship, but was also visibly moved by its callous history. When it came time to talk about a value, he simply couldn't. I just don't want to value it. I do not want to put a price on something that signifies such an awful business. Instead of a monetary value, Ronnie found a different kind of worth in the piece. The value is in the lessons that this can tell people, he said, his voice full of conviction. The value is in researching this and what we can find out. It was a powerful reminder that some stories are priceless and some lessons are worth more than any appraisal. A total mystery. Sometimes, an expert can't appraise an item because its true nature is a complete puzzle. Specialist Mark Allam experienced this when a guest brought him a truly bizarre object. The guest had been excavating their property and uncovered what they thought was an old coal shed. In the rubble, they found a small, strangely shaped object that looked like a carved figure of something. Mark was immediately captivated. He called it the strangest, most enigmatic little object I've seen for a long time. The guest explained they found it just sitting in the rubble, and that they had no idea what it was. Mark examined it from every angle, but he just couldn't figure it out. Was it a carving of a person, an animal? Was it even an artistic creation, or just a natural rock formation that happened to look like something more? The more he looked, the more questions he had. In the end, he had to be honest with the guest. He simply couldn't value the item because he couldn't determine what it was. Without knowing its purpose, origin, or age, there was no way to give it an accurate appraisal. It was a rare moment of mystery on a show that's all about uncovering history. Some things, it seems, are destined to remain a secret. A heart-wrenching story. Then there are the items that are so emotionally charged that a simple monetary value feels meaningless. During a special episode focused on World War II, expert Bill Harriman was presented with a series of letters that told a truly devastating story. The guest had brought in letters from a family whose young daughter, Audrey, was sent to Canada in 1940 to escape the Nazi bombings. One of the letters, dated September 19, 1940, was sent to Audrey's parents. It informed them that the ship their child was on had been torpedoed and sunk. Reading the letter, Bill's voice began to tremble. I am very distressed to inform you that in spite of all the precautions taken by the ship carrying your child to Canada, it was torpedoed on Tuesday night, September 17th. The letter began. The most heartbreaking part was the line that followed. I am afraid your child was not amongst those reported.